Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wrench and Fool. So in this video we're here in a 2022 Tesla Model 3 long range, and we'll be doing a 500 mile challenge video today. Now, as you might notice from looking outside, it is a bit dark. I'm getting a later start than I was hoping to or would normally do, but that's the way life goes. So I'm just here charging up to 100%. Once we hit that, should happen in the next couple of minutes, we'll get out here on the road. Now, I have actually done I think 2 500 mile challenges previously in my old 2021 Tesla Model 3, also long range model. But there's a lot more Superchargers now along our route, so I wanted to kind of do an updated one to include the new Superchargers and see if that makes any difference to our travel time. So once we get charged up, we'll get on the road. We've made it here to the Myrtle Creek Supercharger. We're at 18%. This is going to be a just quick stop. I need to go get plugged in. So originally I thought I could make it to the Medford Supercharger all the way, but as soon as we started hitting the rain, it just became clear that wasn't going to happen. Our efficiency was up at about, or down I should say, at about 260 watt hours per mile, but as soon as we started hitting the rain, and especially the rain in the hills, it just dropped like a rock. So we just weren't going to make it. We're just going to charge up enough here to make it to Medford. The reason for that is because of the 30-minute stop rule. I think a 30-minute stop is going to be enough for us to get all the way through the rest of the 500 miles. So I don't want to do it here because we'll be basically charging up too much too soon. If I were just on a trip, I'd just stop here and charge to maybe 50% or so and then continue on my way. But because we're doing the 500 mile challenge, because it's timed, because I'm trying to optimize the speed of the car, and we have that 30-minute rule, that's the way we're going to do it. So I'll probably just be here for another 5 or 10 minutes at the most. That's to get us to Grants Pass. I actually need to switch this to get us to Medford. But anyway, we'll just be here for a short period of time and back on the road. All right, we're charged up now to 36%. It says we have a 6% buffer there. That's plenty for me. We've been here for, what, 7 minutes, I think? Let's unplug and get out of here. The cable is already hot. Unplug me. All right, we've made it here to the Medford Supercharger, our second stop and our turnaround point. We got here at 3%. The funny thing about that is when we got to the northern turnaround point and started heading down this way, I plugged the Medford Supercharger into the Tesla's route planning, and it said that we would arrive here with 5% without charging. But in reality, we had to add, what, like 20% back at the last charger and then we arrived here at 3%. So it's nice that the Tesla has route planning. It's better than nothing, but it's definitely not perfect. Again, just trying to be realistic with the ownership experience here. Don't expect your Tesla's route planner to be absolutely 100% perfect. When you're still 200 miles plus away from your destination, its estimations are usually not even close, to be honest. Anyway, we're going to charge up here for at least 30 minutes, because that's the rules. What I have to decide is, will 30 minutes of charging be enough to get us all the way through the rest of the 500 miles, or do we need to stop again? So if we do have to stop again, it's not really a big deal, because we have this option here. This charger here, which is a new Tesla Supercharger in Harrisburg, I believe. Yes. So just below that one, further south, right here, is the old Springfield Supercharger. That one's been there for a long time. It's still just a 150 kilowatt charger. But this other one, the Harrisburg one, that one's new. And that's much closer to home. So if 30 minutes isn't enough to get us all the charge we need, it's no big deal, because we'll just stop here. It's definitely enough to get us to this charger. So I'm going to eat, and then in the next 30 minutes, we'll take off and start heading towards home. It'll either get us all the way home, or it'll at least get us to Harrisburg. All right, the 30-minute timer has gone off. We've charged up to about 81%. The car is still saying that we might not make it all the way back to 500 miles, but as I said earlier, we have that bailout option just a little bit north of Eugene. So if we need to stop and charge there, we will. If we don't, then obviously we'll just keep on going. So I'm going to go unplug. Let's get on the road. All right, we've made it back home. We finished up the 500-mile challenge in the 2022 Tesla Model 3 in 7 hours and 58 minutes. Or, going from memory, roughly about 10 minutes longer than the internal combustion engine vehicle that we used as our baseline. Not too bad if you ask me, considering we did have to stop and charge. I'm confident that in better weather, like say during the spring or especially during the summer, when we don't have to contend with cold temperatures or rain, we could make that entire trip with just the one 30-minute charging session down in Medford. But the combination of the good efficiency, relatively long range between charging stops, decently quick charging speeds, and the driver assistance features that the vehicle has, it's a pretty good road tripping vehicle. The seats are nice and comfortable. The sound system is pretty good if that matters to you. The headlights are excellent, among the best of any vehicle that I've ever driven. I just wish that they would make the suspension a bit more compliant, quite a bit more compliant actually, and reduce the road noise in the interior by a pretty substantial amount as well. That might be getting addressed, or may have already been addressed with the brand new Model 3 and Model Y that are out now. I haven't had a chance to drive one, but supposedly they've added a comfort suspension to help out with, the very common complaint of the harsh and crashy suspension that the Model 3 and Model Y have had basically since their inception. And just to reiterate, the reason that I do those 30-minute mandatory stops, whether it's in an internal combustion engine vehicle or an electric vehicle, is because people are not traveling 500 miles without stopping. At least most people are not. There's a reason that there are rest areas every 40 or 50 miles on major freeways, and restaurants, fast food restaurants, whatever, along basically every freeway off-ramp, at least in populated areas. Those exist for a reason, and it's not because people are driving 500 miles without stopping. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching.